Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Addie and I like to post about traveling and just life in general. Today I am doing an Amazon must-haves travel edition for you guys. I have been traveling quite a bit the last couple years, especially going back to Mexico. So I've gathered some things on Amazon that I really love. My style of packing is very minimalist and compacted. I don't like to carry a lot of things and I don't like to carry full-size items. So let's get into my Amazon travel essentials. I love to carry big bags for my personal item because the more I can shove in there, the less I have to take up in my luggages. So I had bought this off of Amazon last year and it's just a Love Book bag. It actually came with this cute little bag as well, and I just love how big this is, and it's also super bendy and flexible, so you can pack it however you'd like to. But when I bought this, literally 2 weeks later, my little sister for my birthday gifted me the Marc Jacobs tote bag, and I've been using this for my carry-on. There's stuff in there, but I love the space in here and I love how much I can put in here. So for your personal items, you guys, I recommend always going with something bigger that you can actually load up with stuff. I'll put the link to everything, but I do like this one. I'm using it right now for the gym and it works awesome, honestly. Next up is my toiletry bags. This is what I was using previously. It was just, you know, a plastic bag, a see-through bag. Also very bendable because I don't like boxed packaging. I've seen some toiletry bags and they're just boxed, you can't bend them or anything, and I feel like when you pack those, it makes it harder to pack other things. So I like bendable bags, and this is what I was using, but I found these on Amazon and they're freaking amazing because you get 3 of them, 3 different sizes, and I can literally fit everything into the 2 smaller sized ones. And I really only use the big one going to Mexico or going to places where I'll actually need my full-size items if I'm staying for a while. The ones that I got on Amazon, this is what they look like. They're clear. This is the biggest size and it comes in a pack of 3. I do also like to use clear ones over the ones that are not cleared, because when I've traveled to Europe and I've gone through TSA and I'm carrying my toiletries with me, they do ask that your toiletries be in a plastic bag, and sometimes they even are giving you the plastic bags to put your toiletries in. So it doesn't make sense for me to carry my toiletries in an unclear bag if I'm gonna have to end up pulling them out. Obviously, if you're checking in your toiletries, it doesn't matter what bag they go in, but I've just gotten really used to carrying see-through bags. That way you can see everything that's in there. So this is the medium size and this is the small one. So let me see if I can put them up all next to each other so you guys can kind of get an idea. So this is what they look like. Again, the big one I just don't really use too much just because it's really big and I don't ever carry that much stuff. But these 2 are the ones that I use the most, and so I'll do my makeup and skincare plus my makeup brushes, and then in here maybe I'll do more shower stuff. So I love these. Again, bendy, you can squish stuff in your luggage with them. I love these. These are great. Since we're talking about toiletries, here are my toiletry bottles that I got. I just love how aesthetically cute they are and aesthetically pleasing. They're rubber, so they're super bendy, and then I labeled them. I believe they came with labels, but I went ahead and just did my own labeling on them, and so they're all labeled. And I will say that these hold enough for me for a week. I usually actually end up coming back with product in these, but these are good size. They're also really easy to clean, and I really like how big how big it is here to put your products, because some of them are super tiny, and when you're trying to clean it out, it's so hard. My other ones were like that, so I like that these even have a bigger entry for you to put your products in or just to even clean them. So recommend these. They do come in different colors. They're a great size and they fit perfect in your toiletry bags. Okay, for my makeup brushes, I used to carry them all together with my makeup bag. So I'd have like this filled with all my makeup and then my brushes in there. And I hated that my brushes would touch other things, because these days I'm really trying to I'm just being a little bit more considerate these days about what my face touches. And your makeup brushes is one thing that I've started to be more conscious about, like where I store them, where they're being placed. So I got this little makeup brush holder. When I bought this, I didn't know that I had this like little clip. So you can put your brushes in here and then it just like clips, so they're not gonna fall out. So this is the makeup brush holder that I got. It's again flexible and bendy. And I would say if you carry a lot of brushes, you probably need like 2 of these, but I'm okay with 1 because my makeup is very minimal. So this is what I use for my makeup brushes. And just so you guys get an idea, this is the medium-sized toiletry bag, and just so you guys get an idea, that's what the makeup brush holder would look like in here. Okay, so this, I feel like every time I've gone to hotels, Airbnbs, even our house in Mexico, because it doesn't have the best lighting, I'm always looking for a mirror. Like, whether I'm sharing a room with girls or whether I'm sharing with my boyfriend and maybe he's in the bathroom like showering, using the bathroom, whatever, I am always in need of a mirror. So I bought this super compacted mirror, and this is what it looks like. So you can turn it around and there's my camera, but this is what it looks like. So there's this bottom plate to it that you can, you know, adjust as needed. And it does do 3 different types of lighting. So you have that one, and that one. And I had bought 2 of these because one was like $6-7 cheaper than this one, and I wanted to see what the difference was. They were the exact same product. The other product just had branding. The other one was cheaper, but it only had 1 setting for the light, and the setting was super, super low. And this one's really bright, and it has 3 different ones, which is why I stayed with this one, even though it was a little bit more expensive than the other one, again, by like $6-7. So I really like this mirror. Again, it's compacted, it's tiny. I don't feel like I'm carrying a big bulky mirror. And I can even throw this in my toiletry bag. I feel like I love these so much, you guys. So if I keep bringing these back up, it's because these are very important to me. It's very important for me to have the right toiletry bags because it just makes everything else smoother for me. You could even put this in your personal item bag because it's so tiny. Another thing I like to carry with me, and I've been carrying wipes for freaking ever, are wipes. I don't have a preference on what types of wipes I carry as long as they're compacted and small. I got these on Amazon. Everything's from Amazon. So I don't use makeup wipe removers anymore. I just go in and like clean my face with my actual cleansing foam. I just don't like makeup wipes. I feel like they've always left my skin oily, and sometimes they don't even really help take off all your makeup. Like I've seen girls use like a cleansing type of cream that they just put all over the face and like their makeup comes off. I'd rather use that than use makeup wipes. I've also heard makeup wipes are not good for you, for your face. So I do like to carry these. You just never know what's gonna happen, and I put these in my personal item. Last time when I went to Mexico, I threw up. I freaking threw up in front, like I was in the middle seat, and 2, I was just so nauseous, and landing, literally when the plane landed, I just freaking like let everything out, and I didn't have wipes with me, but thankfully the people behind me had their kids. Well, not that they had their kids, but like they had kids and they had a bunch of wipes and they gave some to me to clean up, which thank you to them. I don't think they'll ever see this, but shout out to them. So I've always tried to be mindful and carry wipes. The reason I went with this brand, they are composable wipes. They're animal test free, and they're about 99% water. And I have used these on my face whenever I like quickly, like it's not a routine. And when I've used these on my face, like I can feel that it is a lot of water, not like a bunch of other ingredients in it. So wipes are always good to take, you guys. You just never know when you're gonna need them. So this is more of a newer purchase. This is my pill case. I'm not necessarily like on prescriptions or anything, but I do like to take like melatonin, and I like to have Tylenol whenever I'm traveling in case of, you know, headaches, pains, whatever. And then melatonin just because depending on where you're traveling to, that there could be a time difference. So this is what the inside looks like. And actually I got this one specifically because my coworker showed me his pill case and he was giving me some Tylenol, and I was like, oh my God, that's so little and compacted. Like, it's so tiny. He's like, yeah, Amazon. And I was like, ah. So I've seen other ones on Amazon, but again, I'm about the sizing and compacting and just making sure that everything's gonna fit. Let me open the compartments up for you guys. So these are the bottom compartments. Well, not the bottom, it doesn't, I don't think there's a bottom and a top here. And then these are the other compartments. If you're someone that is like on prescriptions and needs like a Monday through Sunday type of like pill storing thing, I don't think this would work for you because it is pretty small and compacted. I think you would need a bigger one. But I like the size of this one. It works for me because I don't carry a lot. Another super recent favorite purchase that I made for traveling are these perfume little bottles. That's another item that I feel like I would struggle with. Like, I would want to take 2 to 3 different perfumes, but I didn't want to take my whole perfumes. And most of the time I need to check them in because they're over the, I think, 3.6 ounce limit. So that's another thing that I would always have to put in my check-in bag. And I don't know if like I just overthink things or what, but when I pack liquids in my check-in bag, I kind of get scared because I don't know what my luggage is gonna look like when I open it, like my perfumes. Like, I'm like, oh my God, what if they spill? And one time I was traveling with a friend and her purple shampoo spilt everywhere, and it like stained my, I had took these like white boots and it just stained my boots, and some other parts in the luggage got stained too. So that's why I hate carrying full-size items. But anyways, back to these perfume little containers. So it's cool because you just put this bottom part on your perfume and then it literally just like fills up. I bought a pack of like 8 because I was thinking about my boyfriend. He also likes to, you know, take his colognes. I couldn't find any that were like aesthetically pleasing, like that would go with like my Creme Naturals. But these are fine. These work fine, and these are life changers, you guys. You have to buy these. So for my hair stuff, I always had such a hard time knowing how I was gonna pack like my hair products, my hair accessories and all that stuff. And I got these little clear boxes, and these are great because I can put in like my mini hair ties in here as well as my bobby pins. Like, I don't have a container for bobby pins or for my mini hair ties. And these are just so little and compacted. You could really use these for a lot of other things that, I don't know, maybe I'm not thinking about, like jewelry, earrings, rings. Those are the things that kind of come to mind. Or just any other, I don't know, little things that you guys could use these for. Since I was talking about jewelry, I recommend a jewelry case. This one is also very small, tiny, and compacted, and it seriously fits a lot of jewelry. So this top section is for all your necklaces, and then this bottom section, you have all your rings, and then you can put earrings here, and then under here, you can put like bracelets. And so what I did last time that I traveled is I put any dangling earrings here with bracelets, and then just kind of put this over, put all my rings over here, and even laid out some bracelets here. And then of course I did my necklaces up here. And earlier when I was referring to that I don't like hard boxed containers, this is what I meant. But because it's so little, I don't mind. I could put this in my personal item or in my carry-on, or just throw it in my check-in bag. I used to like put my jewelry like in little Ziploc bags, or like the little, you know, these little soft like little bags, but things would always get tangled, and I would get somewhere and like I wouldn't be able to use my like necklaces because they were all tangled. So do recommend a jewelry box. So these little things I bought sometime like 2 years ago to just help with my cable organization. So I primarily use them for my cables, but it's also, they're so stretchy that like if you ever need to wrap up like a big jacket or just a clothing item, like I literally have like wrap stuff in these things, and they like, it's hard for them to actually like to detach. I use these for cable organization, so for like all my chargers, my hair straightener, my hair curler, my blow dryer, the cord, I just wrap it with these, and you know, they can go around a few times. And so that's basically kind of how they work. And since we're talking about cable management, here is another thing that I became obsessed with, and this is my cable chargers cube organizer. I don't have much in here. I think from like last time that we traveled, I have a few cables, but it has these compartments to put in your cables, as well as like a little bag. And then it has this top section, which you can put in more cubes or cables, and then slots for like, if you want to, you know, just stick like your cables here instead. I like the sizing of this one. I also love how compacted and thin it is. Do you guys see that? And it's like, if you don't have that many cables, you could really squish it down, and it's very slim. There is also a front pocket that I don't use too much, but I could see myself putting like memory cards and all that stuff in here. This really made a huge difference last time we were traveling. I felt like it was so easy to find my chargers and to find the cables. If you are a photographer or videographer, you usually carry a lot of cables, all your electronics. So it was nice that this just kept everything together for me. And anytime I was done charging something, I would just put everything back in here instead of like, where did the charger go? Where's my cube? Where's the cable? This just kept everything together for me. So great way of organizing your stuff. If you guys watched my packing for Europe video, you guys know that I do use the little packing cube. So I had bought this set. I'm missing like 1 or 2 cubes, but I had bought this nice little set. Before I got these, I would just, you know, throw my clothes in there, pack like probably a lot of other people do. But these, I like them because they really just like organize my clothes. So I'll throw in like my t-shirts here, and then, you know, in the bigger one, I'll throw in like my bottoms, and then like in this more sealed one that it's not see-through or has the net, I put in like my undergarments and socks and stuff like that. And to me, I feel like these little cubes have just made my packing much more organized. And instead, you know, when I go somewhere, instead of just going through my luggage and opening it and trying to find stuff, like I'm like, okay, all my jeans are in here. Okay, all my shirts are over here. My undergarments are over here. So my stuff isn't all over the place. I think no matter what, when I'm like traveling back home, I always like kind of redo my luggage. I'm like, okay, let me reorganize. Obviously you have like dirty clothes, you have to separate things out. But the packing cubes have really, really made it very easy for me to just pack, be organized, and find things easier. And when you're traveling, at least for me, I've just discovered that if I can stay organized, if I can stay coordinated with my stuff and just find things easy, it just makes the trip a little bit more seamless versus just being like, oh, where is this? Where is that? You know? So I have heavily got into like organizing my packing and just finding stuff that works better for me, and this is one of the things that I really, really have been enjoying using. I did mention dirty clothes. With that pack of the little cubes that I got, a dirty laundry bag came with it. This one's pretty small, you guys. So right now when I'm traveling, I only use this to put my undergarments because I don't like mixing that stuff. I am looking for a bigger bag just for my clothes, but this one has been working great for now for my undergarments. I think it's like the perfect size too. Okay, so I saw this on TikTok and I was like, I need to get that. There are 2 versions of this. It's a door lock. This is the one that I got. Hopefully you guys have seen this in other places. I went with this one for a specific reason, which I don't remember why. I think it's because it's more universal, and you guys just never know. Like, you never know when you're traveling, the type of like neighborhood you're in, the community, you just never really know. So I thought it was a really, really good idea. And I mean, like, I'm a huge crime junkie too, and I feel like I have this paranoia sometimes of like, even when I'm like getting out of my car, like I'll look around everywhere and I'll just like run inside like my house, or I'll like run to the front door. Again, I'm a crime junkie. I've heard and seen documentaries and a lot of like crazy stories. Better safe than be sorry. So that's why I got this lock. And this does only work when you're in the inside, guys. So like this would be only like when you're going to sleep, not when you're going out and you're leaving your Airbnb alone. It's more for you to feel secured when you're inside like an Airbnb or a hotel. I know a lot of people like to use like travel pillows and travel blankets, but again, because I like to pack minimal and only really like carry things that I actually need, I actually don't travel with a neck pillow and a blanket much. Usually what I've been doing is, lately, I feel like no matter where I've been traveling to, it's been cold because it's obviously winter. So I'll wear my bulkiest jacket, whether it's like 1 or 2. I'll wear that instead of packing it. And then I'll usually take one jacket off and use that like around my neck. And then I'll use the other one for as a blanket. Or if I'm just taking one jacket, I'll like pick and choose what I want. Like, do I want to be warm? Am I even cold? Am I cold? Do I need to be warm? Maybe I'll use that as a blanket for a little bit, and then I'll put it like around my neck. I don't like to travel too much with pillowcases or with neck pillows and blankets. Just again, I feel like it's a lot of stuff that I'm already carrying and I don't want to carry more stuff. So I have a basic travel pillow. I'll put a picture up here, but I have a basic one. Again, it's a 50-50 on when I use it. Same with blankets. I rather dress warm than have to be cold. I think this is like a good little hack when you're traveling to like cold places and maybe you want to take 2 to 3 jackets. If you can just layer them on top while you're on the plane, while you're traveling, it also takes up less space in your suitcase. Another thing that I don't really like to travel with, or that I've found helpful at all any of the times I've been to warm places, is the iPhone waterproof case. I'll show the one that I got here for Europe when we went in December, and we tried to use it at the Blue Lagoon in Iceland, and I just feel like the inside got so foggy I couldn't even see my footage. My back camera got really foggy. I don't use this waterproof case. I've tried using it in Cancun, same thing. Now in Europe, same thing. I tried to give it a second shot and it just was not working for me or for my boyfriend. And then we let our friends borrow it and our guy friend was like, yeah, I can't see shit. So we just like held our phones, you know. All right, friends, well, that summarizes my Amazon travel essentials. I hope you guys found a few things that were helpful for you guys on your next travel. And I think I mentioned this already, maybe I didn't, but I am trying to be financially smarter this year. So anything that I put on this video, in my opinion, does seem to be very cost friendly. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys learned a thing or two and found this video super helpful. I will see you guys on my next video.